Hello everyone and welcome back to Buddyhood Brawl League Season 3 game here for Qualifier League 3, and we are going to check out KingJiggy against Klajd, and we have the Hunter in the Darkness with Wordstone Rush for KingJiggy. Very similar ratings here. This is going to be a very hectic game. Let's quickly bring up the league table as it stands. You can see it's kind of a middle fight here with Klajd being undefeated so far and KingJiggy still without a win. So Klajd is going in with expectations here to win as well against KingJiggy, who is completely new to this, but anything can happen. KingJiggy playing as the Sisters of Sigmar, while Klajd is playing as the Witch Hunters. We can see that's a very fortuitous deployment for KingJiggy, having 3 of his units near each other there around the Matriarch. The Matriarch and 2 henchmen. Seeing KingJiggy trying out something cool here. Last time we saw him, he didn't even play with a hero. Now he has got just unlocked the 2 double purifiers. They're not really coming to their own quite yet, but I'm sure they can be pretty powerful. And he has 2 henchmen relatively near the wagon here of Klajd. Could probably pick up that idol as well, doing a lot of morale damage that way. You see the morale in the top left corner. It's 78 for KingJiggy and 80 for Klajd, which is probably not going to do much of a difference between the two here. It's almost neg clearance, but in the rare circumstance that it does happen, it's nice to have a little bit higher. Comes naturally from fielding flagellants most of the time. One of the henchmen that has the absolutely best. Yeah, good marking, best leadership. Marking out the 2 wagons here. KingJiggy still hasn't gotten to move just quite yet. It's not always to the advantage here to start, especially not in these low level games. When you do get Hunter in Darkness, you do want to be last, since your opponent, if he wants to attack into you, still have an attack to counter with, and you have a dodge stance. So it's not all that bad to be last here. Seems to have changed the name here of this particular purifier. Oh no, changed the name from one of the henchmen and transferring that name to this purifier. What is she going to do? She needs to leave this little hill here. She does start with an offensive spells, Comet of Sigmar, which is super powerful. Already wasted 2 blue pills. Yeah. Not really sure what KingJiggy is doing at the moment. Figures out that he's on the roof and jumps down. It's very common to want to get your team together here. Might spot a unit soon from Klajd. These 2 purifiers are a little bit isolated. They're not that easy to, well, they're a little bit easier to take down since they have only 110 wounds owing to their level 0 status. But they also have 2 attacks here. Can do a decent amount of damage if you want to. The main disadvantage with them, of course, is that you cannot disengage with a purifier. Running out of time here. Not really sure what KingJiggy was trying to achieve. He just got down from the building, that was all. That was it. Yeah, no idea what KingJiggy was doing there. No idea whatsoever. See the Templar being one of the last units. If you do lose the idol here, it's going to be minus 16 morale. That's a hefty chunk out of the morale that they have available to them. See the Witch Hunter Captain, who is going a little bit against the norm here. I kind of like that by Klajd, having the Witch Hunter Captain as a melee leader here, instead of the typical ranged. Might be that Nanashi, another Witch Hunter player, is also going down that same road. Alright, let's see what KingJiggy does this time. Should not try and approach Klajd's wagon here. He will be swarmed if he does. But he needs to get these units to some relative safety. I'm just gonna reveal where he is. And that's a really poor ambush position if he positions himself right there. A bit better, That should at least be able to trigger. Looks like it should at least. Can still be slightly too close to the wall. We're gonna have to see if Klajd makes an effort here to commit to a fight. Doesn't want to do a leap, wants to do a jump down. And we do see the Witch Hunter's wagon here. That is definitely going to be triggered by Klajd. We might see an attack coming in here. Could be an idea to jump down from that point, because you do end up in a better spot behind the wagon rather than in front of it. Very poor ambush again. Here you can just you can see the character over there. He can just sneak around the corner and then avoid it entirely, thus denying him the ambush and making him safe to be attacked. A little bit unlucky here, starting with so many units high up in buildings. Sometimes that can be good for, depending on what kind of warband you have, but this early on with the low level warbands, it's just an extra risk to get a little bit more damage, and the percentage of damage that you take is always much higher here in the early games. Really don't want to roll for the maximum damage, which is 15. See that the idol has already been picked up by the Witch Hunter Captain of Klajd. So it's pointless going after the idol in that case. Yeah, here we have two units just waiting to be shot at out from the window. If Klajd has any ranged units, I actually don't know. We'll see what kind of units he has picked up, since last time we saw Klajd he didn't have a single ranged. It's also going to be interesting to see if there is a second Templar. Seems to indicate that. You see the 33-0 coming up. One of them is a Zealot, one of them is a Templar, and the other one could very well be a Templar in the exact same outfit. Do see a Zealot here. Also pick up some Wordstone, going a little bit for the objective.
Objectives updated.
Gonna need 8 and keeping them, which seems rather unlikely. But hopefully could maybe get something, a bit of a bonus, doing a bit of gambling. Got a penalty instead. Good thing about the assist is of course the repentance here. Might not want to charge in here. Why charge? Why charge? You're gonna get a counter attack. This is what I mean when I say that it's to your advantage to have a low initiative earlier on with Hunter in Darkness, because look at this. Now all KingJiggy has done, he's taken damage for free. As soon as it's gonna be that Zealot's turn, and then he can do damage in return. So he has already almost brought down an entire character without taking any damage. So that was not worth it. That was really not worth it by KingJiggy. We see a character outside the door here, probably in ambush. You can check if you hover above the flagellant. Doesn't even check. Stands to reason that there is an ambush. Well, consider this. What does this character has to gain from going out there? Not much, right? Unless there are more characters stuck within this house. Lost a lot of seconds using a delay. Going to come back to that character soon. Here we go. Lurky Sobolinski. Can he do some damage here? Ah, he does miss. He does miss. But still, he has taken a lead here. Might have other characters coming into this sister. Would have been better to use the sister in a more offensive role. You had Repentance on, so you had +2 movement. Could have backed off a little bit, pressed ambush, and then that character would have to go out or remain well away from the rest of his team. And if he went out, he would have suffered from an ambush attack doing 50% more damage without having the stance and so forth. That would also have avoided having the free attacks coming. Yeah, it does have this issue here. Gonna see if there's another exit, otherwise you will have one. She might actually be to the advantage here to... Okay. Should she disengage? That's the thing. Because otherwise you will have a sister inside here that cannot really do anything. Dodge stance is alright. It's gonna be 25 since that is a great weapon, right? Or is it it's a great flail? I think it is a great flail. Then there is no dodge bonus awarded. Look at that, standing so close to where the Witch Hunter Captain is and that Zealot. Could also possibly have his own idol taken here. Yeah, gonna focus on the leader. Can he make it? No, he probably needs to do a charge, huh? Decides to avoid it. And you can see that Klajd stands a little bit further away from the wall here, so his character arrow is not reaching in front of the wall, so you can just walk into it. Can you walk out? No, you cannot. No, you cannot. And the seconds are running out. It doesn't matter how hard you try, there must be another exit point from here, or... Yeah. There is an exit point, but didn't really have time there. I wasted too much time doing other things. Looks a little bit dangerous here for the leader of KingJiggy. That's a good strategy, switching out to a spear instead. So that's gonna be plus 15 morale. No, plus 15 initiative for that character. Meaning that he is going to go before that sister. And here we have a Templar. Is he going to help out with the sister? Yes, he is going to produce a kill here. Lands one blow. And manages to score a kill. Very surprising, I have to say. Why is Seven Kuli Suzuki, the sister here of the KingJiggy, why is she not level 1 yet? That confuses me. He has played 3 PvEs already, and judging by the warband level at 2, he should have completed the objective of every single one of them. That means that that is at least 5. If you do normal on every one of them, that is at least 5 XP for each match. That's 15 XP. Takes 9 XP to get to level 1. So it should already be almost level 2, but instead you have a level 0 henchman. That is confusing.
A new round has started.
Since I think could be the 4th henchman, the one that's unlocked a little bit later, but even that should have 2 matches to his name, I believe. No, it should only have 1. Okay, so that's 5. Yeah, there could be that you're only level 0 with 1 henchman. Yeah, it should be 1. My mistake. So golden 3 here could produce an all alone check on the matriarch. Don't really know what Klajd is opting to do otherwise. All alone checks are really powerful early on. Then doing an ambush dance. Seems a bit resigned here to gonna see if the matriarch lives here regardless. Lots of damage incoming, and the witch hunter captain is coming in as well. So Klajd is basically setting up the area here to make sure that there is no reinforcements inbound. It's time to move. We're very far off from the rest of the team and need to move a little bit faster. Stands around a lot here, doing nothing. Takes an inconvenient path. So that's going to be dangerous. It's going to be minus 28 morale if that if Jane Goodall goes down. 28 morale, that is quite a lot. Yeah. Could have thrown a Comet of Sigma there. Elects not to. Elects not to. Okay. Might see the matriarch going down then. Let's see what the witch hunter captain does with double access here. Very damaging. And uses his insult, one of the first skills that Klajd picked up on the leader, which is a telltale sign that he's going to go with melee on this guy. And we see the leader go down. So this is looking really grim right now for KingJiggy. I don't really know what he can do. He's doesn't seem to have much of a plan in his movements. It's fine that one could be distracted with the chaos of hunters in the darkness, but it takes a lot of time on him to move and doesn't seem to really know where to move. And some of the units here, the two henchmen that could come and reinforce, they have an ambush awaiting them from the Templar. Needs to avoid that. Could probably go in here and can you reach the flagellant? You should be able to reach the flagellant if you use your movement correctly. And then you could probably kill him. At least salvage 1 point. This is the thing, look at the jagged movement here. It's wasting a lot of movement points. What is the objective? There are 4 units here in one clump, and then you have the Templar behind you. Time is running out. Blue pills are vanishing. Already gone down a poor path and walked straight into the ambush. Alright. Lurker Sobolinski seems to be a level 2 character. Was that really the best choice? Doesn't manage to land that either. Bit unlucky here. Needs to do something. This would have been the character to kill the Zealot and the Flagellant, of course. Instead spreads out a lot of the damage. Hopefully doesn't walk into the ambush awaiting her. Yeah, walks straight into the ambush and is going to get killed. So KingJiggy is not really doing anything right in this game. He seems very lost, and the veteran Klajd here is going to take the expected victory. Very easy victory indeed. We're going to see another kill now as soon as it is that Templar's turn. Here we have another heavy hitter coming to go into the Purifier. I remember that it's going to be another 12 morale lost here from the level 0. She cannot take all alone tests because she cannot flee, so that's the main thing here. It's going to be good for her. Nice, this fight here is evening out, but it's still a long way from beating Ulf Annesheim here, and he's doing the switcheroo, so he's gonna get another round of attacks off here. KingJiggy has this option as well. I saw that beforehand, before he started this game, but he has selected not to do the switcheroo and get even higher up on the ladder. But he's getting a lesson here in how to do it by Klajd. Meaning that Seal is going to have his turn again and do even more damage this time. Going to cast an all alone check.
A new round has started.
Just 10 morale left here that could be Pretty much any kill here should be at least, because every character here should have at least all of the henchmen should have at least one level of those that are left. Landing another 39 damage here on Sunita Narain. And switching back here, so this is the kind of thing, like, you don't want to be stuck with a spear either, unless you have to, since that's just a single, well, it's much less damage than the two-hander. So Klajd uses a switcheroo here to switch around, and that's going to be a route test. You can hear that. Route test taken by the leadership of one of the Purifiers, which might not be too high. Remember that the Purifiers only starts out with, well, they start out with five leaderships. That's going to be 20% chance then. One more unit to go. And the route test incoming, let's see what happens. And it fails. So congratulations to Klajd taking third victory, KingJiggy taking his third loss, or more explicitly his second loss. He took over from another player. Hope you enjoyed watching this, and thank you for watching.